was an absolute blast, and he always would have an ice cream hole. So if I got an 8 or less, we'd be going for ice cream.
My first memory of golf really focused on driving the golf cart, being able to drive that cart.
You were a crazy driver.
I was a crazy driver, but it was what I look forward to. And what's really funny now, when I take my kids out play golf, that is the one thing, along with the snack bar, that they are most excited about.
Focus on the good stuff. Play better, have fun, and shop Osteds.
Take your internet service to new levels with Allo, your award-winning internet provider across our fiber hoods. Allo isn't just about the fastest internet available. It's about connecting you to your world, work, and play seamlessly. Our award-winning service ensures affordable, secure, and reliable connectivity, setting us apart. Ready to transform your internet experience? Experience the fiber difference today. Sign up now at allofiber.com. Allo, connecting your world.
It's the best time of the year to order a new John Deere planter from Landmark Implement during the early order program. Plant for success with the industry's latest technology. Upgrade to an exactly merged high-speed planter to cover more acres, increasing flexibility and productivity. Now is the time to lock in the best price of the year. Contact your local Landmark location to order your new John Deere planter and experience the Landmark difference.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com.
On the internet.
KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
School tells you all about the 4 seasons. Spring, summer, and so on. And then there's a way we really tell what time of year it is. Sports seasons, football season, baseball season, or even off season. Well, what's the chocolate season? Well, it's now, of course. And now, and always. Whether you're looking for a caffeinated pick-me-up on the way to work, a little snack on the way home, or you need the perfect gift that's sure to be appreciated. It's time for the chocolate season, y'all. 40th and Old Cheney. Or order ahead at thechocolatseason.com. See you there.
Have a passion for the outdoors? Nebraska Game and Parks is seeking seasonal teammates. Work in scenic state parks, contribute to vital research projects, and care for our natural spaces. Seasonal staff assist with special events, provide customer service to outdoor enthusiasts, and make a difference for conservation. Join the adventure at outdoornebraska.gov. Apply online today.
Paid for by Nebraska Game and Parks. Aired in cooperation with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
93.7 The Ticket is proud to provide listeners with daily opportunities to win contests and prizes on our airwaves, and would like to take this opportunity to remind you of a couple rules. All participants must be 21 or older and must wait 30 days after winning a prize before participating in another contest. Once you win, you have 30 days to pick up your prize at the KNTK Studios, 1040 O Street in Lincoln, or your prize will be forfeit. Thank you for participating in our contest, and thank you for listening to 93.7 The Ticket.
Oh, Ghost of George Washington here. Being the face of the dollar bill used to mean something, but today I just don't get any respect. But that's all changed with Lotto America from the Nebraska Lottery. People know that Lotto America only costs $1 to play, has a $2 million starting jackpot, and drawings 3 nights a week. I'm back, baby.
Calm down, George.
Hey, nobody asked you, Ghost of Andrew Jackson.
Lotto America top prize odds, 1 in 26 million.
Are you looking to get into the electrical construction industry or wanting a new scene? The Electrical Workers of Local Union 265 are now hiring licensed journeymen and apprentices and are offering great pay and benefits. Call Mike at 402-875-1034 to apply. Start your electrical career today.
Your home is your empire. Protect it with Empire Fence. Get a free instant quote with the online estimating tool at empire-fence.com. See an upfront estimate with no hidden fees. An Empire Fence can provide privacy and improve the appearance of your home. Keep kids and pets in or out of your yard. Increase security and add value to your property. Visit empire-fence.com now to view the stylish and maintenance-free possibilities for your home and get a free instant online quote. Let Empire Fence protect your empire.
This is the Happy Hour.
You guys going to happy hour?
Coming at you live from the heart of Lincoln, America.
Yeah, maybe I'll come for a couple.
Here are your hosts, Nick Sainert.
I am a huge guy.
And Enrique Alvarez Clary.
C is for chunk.
Brought to you by Empire Fence and Netting on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Welcome into the happy hour. Happy Wednesday. This is the happy hour. 93.7 The Ticket, theticketfm.com. Nick Sainert, Rico with you. Hello, Rico.
Yeller.
How's the day been?
Fantastic. Even better now.
I was going to say it's even better now because Soulful Cocina blessed us.
Soulful Cocina.
Located in Havelock.
Say it with an accent.
Soulful Cocina.
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 Cina.
Cina.
Cocina.
Soulful Cocina. I felt like that was a little closer.
That's as close as you're going to get.
Okay, there it is. Soulful Cocina. We can spell it out. Spell it out to make it clear. What is it? Wasn't that in a song?
What?
Nothing. Never mind.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Anyway,
You're like 12.
402-464-5685, the Honda of Lincoln hotline, and the Starter Heyman text line, both open for you guys the entire show today, as well as the Starter Heyman Jewelers live video stream, Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, and Allo channel 961. Got plenty of stuff to talk about today. Gonna definitely be an engagement type of show to where I definitely, and Rico as well, we want to hear your guys' thoughts because so throughout this week, there's been a lot of talk about Oklahoma State and Stillwater, right? And I prefaced the question on the drive earlier this morning while Rico was actually in studio, and we want to ask you guys, who is one collegiate athlete that has, number one, either broken your heart as a Husker fan, or frankly, time and time again, repeatedly win off against your team? It doesn't even have to be against the Huskers, but if it isn't the Huskers, and let's say you're like, I don't know, a Cubs fan and somebody hurt you guys multiple times, then explain that. 402-464-5685. Because we're going to try to date this like 2010 and later.
We're just going to go Nebraska enters the Big Ten and afterwards.
So about 2010, about 2011 specifically, because
it was a junior in high school. Yeah.
I would have been 10 years old. Because I don't think Trevor Boone is far down this list.
I feel like we're giving him way too much credit.
I don't think you remember how close it felt like Nebraska was.
Okay, but I get that. But what about that 2019 team? 2019? No.
2021?
2021 team. Sorry, I went too far back. That 2021 team in Arkansas, like how close that team was, but nobody, like everybody remembers Kevin Kopps, but nobody's upset at Kevin Kopps. Who was the guy on that Arkansas team that hit that bomb over right field?
Well, there's a couple. They still have a couple of the guys on that roster. They had Robert Moore. That was not anybody's favorite. He was the son of the Kansas City Chiefs general manager Dayton Moore at the time.
We heard that the entire broadcast.
All we heard. 2021 was also crappy because ESPN didn't send any announcers to the fields.
Oh yeah, everybody was somewhere else. Like everybody and that was for like every sport. Everybody was at their houses or in a different studio or something and watching the game. I mean, they had like, which weirded me out because you still had all the camera people there. You just didn't take your broadcast team, which was whatever, neither here nor there. But so they had all these special angles that they could see. They weren't just watching it on TV like the rest of us, but they had all these special angles. But they're sitting, in their basements in like shorts and t-shirts or whatever. I mean, they probably had they had the suit tops on, but they probably had shorts on because you weren't seeing anything else. So it was just a weird 2021 feels like a fever dream.
I also felt like the announcer did not want to be there.
No, they never had, because you didn't have the emotion and you weren't there feeling like the buzz of the crowd or the pop of the crowd. So like they would call something, but at the same time, you're like, I feel like they don't want to scream in their basement or in their office room. So they're just like,
yeah, I suppose
that's a great, they would try to give you like the energy and the inflection with it, but it just wasn't the same. Because when you're up in that booth, you're just like, let's go. I'm going to let it rip.
So off the text line, 402-464-5685. Couple of thoughts here. Let's see. Oh, how about this? Should we start with a would you rather question?
I saw that one, and I think we should.
We can get to that here in a moment. We have, so once again, it's not most hated Huskers. We have,
although Crobate's not wrong,
Aaron Rodgers as a Bears fan.
Okay.
Most despised player.
Yeah.
Bills Bush says any backup quarterback who comes into play against Nebraska. That's where it's been tough though, because like, once again, consistency matters, which probably takes Trevor Boone out of the conversation. Outside of Caitlin Clark and potentially just Wisconsin running backs as a whole.
That was what I was going to ask you. Does just a Wisconsin backfield count? Like, no specific name, just Wisconsin.
Okay, yeah. So, I mean, because then you can go down the list of like Wisconsin running backs dating back to the 2012 Big Ten title game.
Ugh.
You had in that game, it was like Monty Ball, James White. There was one more on there
because Melvin was the year after.
Melvin was a couple of years after.
Yeah.
He was in that backfield.
Yeah, I think he did get a couple carries in that game.
He did. He broke the record in 2014 though, because that was Bo's final season.
And then his record was broke the next week
by
it's Samaje Perine.
Yep, with Oklahoma. Nice job, Rico. And then it's like you go down the line, it's like Chesma Lucy, who doesn't have many yards. Clemson transfer, doesn't have a whole lot of yards on the season, and then comes in and tears it up against Nebraska.
Braylon Allen.
Allen, certainly.
I feel like Braylon Allen was consistent, but against Nebraska, he did have big games, but I just don't remember him tearing Nebraska apart like some other running backs for Wisconsin. Although he did have that one, I don't want to call anybody out, but I mean, I'm going to say it anyways, where there was a certain corner that decided to just try to shoulder tackle him. And it was a game that Nebraska was in, trying to shoulder tackle him. Didn't work, and he just runs down the sideline.
So here are Braylon Allen's stats against Nebraska. I don't know, Rico. This first one doesn't really give you a whole lot of value.
No, but that's the thing. No, but okay, there are stats, but I just don't remember like Rico being upset at Braylon Allen for just like busting loose every single time. I'm going to be proven wrong.
As a freshman in 2021, on a fateful day in 2021, November 20th.
Yeah.
He plays Nebraska, 22 carries, 228 yards, and 3 touchdowns.
I don't know. 17-year-old Braylon Allen. I do remember that over and over. He's only 17 years old.
Then he comes back the following year, goes 18 for 92. And then this last year, 2 touchdowns on 62 yards.
See, so he had the one big game. Very big, but still.
Pretty big.
But still.
Yeah. We got, don't forget Crazy Legs from Purdue. It was the walk-on.
He was the walk-on running back. What was his name?
Ended up entering the transfer portal. We can look up Melvin Gordon game logs as well.
Melvin Gordon. We don't even need to. We know.
So let's see. Melvin Gordon.
Who's a consistent person who went against Nebraska, whatever the sport, who just time after time after time just tore your heart out? Outside of Caitlin Clark went for 30 every time against Nebraska.
So in the Big Ten in the Big Ten championship game.
Do we have to read those stats?
So how about this? So
it was like 3 running backs
in that season. You remember that Nebraska beat Wisconsin earlier in the 2012 season.
You don't have to remember, but it happened.
It was not the greatest looking uniforms.
No, those were bad. No, they were bad. You don't have to say they were bad.
Not the greatest looking uniforms. Melvin Gordon in that loss for Wisconsin goes 2 carries, 5 yards. All right.
Shut him down.
In the Big Ten championship game,
more than 2 carries.
Not a whole lot. 9 carries.
Much more than 5 yards.
9 carries, 216 yards, and a touchdown. He averaged 24 yards per carry that day.
It was the same play. Every time.
9 carries, 216 yards, 1 touchdown in the Big Ten championship. Then the following year in 2013, Melvin Gordon.
It's like that Madden glitch.
Wisconsin didn't play Nebraska in 2013. And then in 2014, we know what happened. 25 carries, 408 yards, and a touchdown. Also had 3 catches, 44 yards, and a touchdown against Nebraska.
Tough.
In 2014. I seriously think, unfortunately, somebody asked if Mac Brown counts. We had that conversation this morning, too, of like the finger holding the 1 second
just
up.
That version of Mac Brown.
I forget also that Mac Brown still coaches.
Yeah, he's in North Carolina.
So that's
he tried the 1 second again. It didn't work.
It was really interesting because North Carolina has had obviously NFL guys at quarterback, Drake May most recently, and then obviously Mitchell Trubisky a couple of years ago. But yeah, Mac Jones 2.0.
Ridiculous.
So now, but what's crazy is like there was high expectations for Mac Brown returning to North Carolina and coming back to Chapel Hill.
People forget he was there before. He was there before he was at Texas.
And North Carolina, especially now that they lost guys like Ryan Switzer at wide receiver, They lost, what was it? Javonte Williams was their running back, I believe.
Yes.
At North Carolina. They've had good talent, haven't been able to compete in the ACC on a national scale.
Yeah.
On a national scale, that's
like Penn State.
Former Nebraska assistant coach Javon DeWitt used to coach there. As did John Papuchis.
Mm-hmm.
John Papuchis, after Nebraska was at North Carolina. Papuchis currently at Florida State, by the way.
Is he?
Currently at Florida State, or at least he was as of last year. As a tight ends coach, potentially. I believe he switched sides of the ball. Because he was obviously defensive coordinator.
Mm-hmm.
Scratch that. Excuse me. He was the defensive coordinator for North Carolina a couple of years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Goes to Florida State and is the special teams coordinator and defensive ends coach. John Papuchis.
Still counts.
So, defensive. He went to Florida State in 2019 and has been there ever since. It's a nice job. 46 years old, John Papuchis.
Slowly getting to a warmer climate. Nebraska, North Carolina,
yes.
Florida State.
Yes.
Soon he'll be at Miami.
Yeah, so I don't know. I think Caitlin Clark's the most consistent, though, just because she had that statistic of every single time she played Nebraska, drops 30.
Only one loss in the final game.
Yeah, which really felt
second to final game versus Nebraska since they played in the championship game.
Which really felt like she just stopped getting the basketball.
Yeah.
They stopped trying to get her the basketball.
Great defense or just bad offense.
Mm-hmm.
Because that was when she was close to breaking the all-time scoring record.
It was.
And everybody assumed that she didn't want to get it at Nebraska because they had a home game the next game against Ohio State. And they're like, well, just get it against, I think it was Ohio State. Either way, it's a home game. They're like, well, they'll just get it at home and then all of this stuff. And then they have that spot on the court where she hit the record-breaking three.
Yeah.
They have like a little square for her.
Well, and here's the thing, though. Lisa Bluter didn't help herself out.
No.
Because prior to that game, she's like, listen, it'd be special if she can break it at home.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think they probably expected to walk in here and just kind of
coast.
Don't coast.
Sorry, Kate Martin.
Don't walk into games expecting to coast.
Yeah, that does not work.
That is the lesson that we've learned over these last couple of months.
Like you go in and like people talk about all the time. Oh, we went in expecting to win. Like you can have that, but you still got to try. Like you can't walk in and expect the other team to lie down. You can expect to win, but still put in your best effort.
So we have Notorious B.I.B. on the text line says, personally, I think Jim Harbaugh taking Ernest Hausman from Nebraska has to be the latest reason to hate anybody. That's the thing is like what coaches? Because we could instead of looking at the athletes, we could look at the coaches.
How high is Barry Switzer on that list?
Barry Switzer's up there.
Just Mac Brown 1 second.
I have another college basketball player, Brad Davison.
But everybody hated Brad Davison.
Good point.
What about Svi Mikhailuk? That 1-3.
No,
that doesn't do it for you.
Coaches, I don't know. I feel like, Juwan Howard got. I'm trying to think of like who the most heckled was when they came to Nebraska.
Tom Crean.
Like this year with Colorado is going to be easy because fans will let Dion and Shadur and Shiloh hear it.
Yep.
And then, like football coaches wise. See, AD asked or said that this morning.
That's why I'm asking.
That one doesn't do it for me as much.
I didn't hate Brett Bielema. I like Brett Bielema.
I don't have as many issues with Brett Bielema as I think a lot of people do. If he would have stuck around at Wisconsin instead of his tenure at Arkansas and then with the Patriots is bizarre just because he left the Big Ten. Nebraska fans kind of forgot about him. And then he comes back and I suppose so. You could say that he did beat Nebraska his first time back, and that would be, factual, but I don't think there's hatred.
Row the boat.
Yeah, PJ Fleck. That's a good one. I suppose so. Somebody says Fran McCaffrey.
Oh.
Fran
hates everyone.
Fran
which
is
then
out
in
there.
turn makes you hate him.
Ham and Bean says Greg McDermott. Not as big of an issue with Greg McDermott. I'm envious. I'm jealous of Creighton.
Do you
basketball.
hate Greg McDermott? Or are you, and this is dangerous, are you jealous of Greg McDermott? Like what you just said. Like, do you actually hate him? Or are you just like, this is dumb. Why aren't we as good as you?
Yeah, I think it's the latter. And I think it's okay. That doesn't make you a J-sker to say that.
Yeah.
Like for me to say I don't hate. No.
Careful.
So in the NCAA tournament, in the NCAA tournament, I was out front. I was being honest. I was like, I'm excited to see Creighton against Tennessee.
Yeah.
Creighton against Oregon. Because I'm jealous that they're able to go to round of 32s and Sweet 16s and recruit these dudes when they are 38 miles away from campus.
I root for schools in the state of Nebraska in tournament situations.
Okay.
Just in tournament situations.
Ham and Beans hates Creighton more than Iowa. Fullback
Wow.
Trap says, I hate Iowa's football defense.
Iowa football's defense. Why? Because they're really good?
They have, according to Lindy's magazine, 4 All-Americans.
I hate Iowa's offense because it's painful to watch.
They still are able to win?
Yeah, with no offense.
Yeah. This year, also, sidebar with Iowa football, Iowa is going to be really interesting to see this year just because they go out, and Cade McNamara is still there, the former Michigan quarterback.
And he's healthy, maybe.
Healthy, potentially. But then they also went out and got Brendan Sullivan, the former Northwestern quarterback.
They did.
And so they went through the portal.
Do they know something?
They went through the portal to get their quarterback, and whoever it is, whether it's McNamara or whether it's Sullivan, one of them is going to start. Iowa, I think, once again, had 4 preseason All-Americans or expected All-Americans on their team.
Is one of them a kicker?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I don't think so.
That's punter you.
So somebody says, let's see, hate football, Iowa's football defense. We have the Penn State wrestling coach as well.
I don't know much
Sanderson.
about. Yeah, I don't know much about the wrestling coaches to go on that.
I don't know. I think
a lot of people don't like if we're going other sports. And now I can't remember his name. Texas volleyball's coach,
Jared Elliott.
Yeah, people don't like him.
Okay, Jared Elliott. Kelly Sheffield.
I like Kelly Sheffield. He just always has an angry face.
Okay,
but he's pretty funny. Like if you listen to him, like when he does their radio interviews after matches, he's pretty funny.
Okay, one of the sneaky funny guys.
Yeah, sneaky funny guy. You wouldn't expect it with his angry face, but
I think what the reason I brought this up is because Oklahoma State folks have found my tweet, and I didn't expect it. I truly didn't expect it to be a big deal. But here we are. So Oklahoma State folks have found it. Now they're going back and forth with Nebraska folks, and it feels like Nebraska has this pure hatred for Trevor Boone.
Good. Look what you've done. You've reignited an old Big 12 rivalry, quote unquote.
And we're going to talk about this because I was looking earlier at tickets for Nebraska versus Florida, and then down in Stillwater at the regional, you're looking at about $60 if you want an actual seat. General admission's a little bit cheaper.
It's a lot cheaper than Tennessee's.
A lot cheaper than Tennessee's. We'll talk about that when we come back, and then we'll also kind of preview because a new Major League Baseball mock draft came out. Ooh. And Jack Caglianone is pretty high on the list. So we'll tell the folks about that. Also talk a little bit more about Nebraska baseball. We also need to talk Nebraska softball because they've gotten a couple of commits through transfer portal. Former Omaha Scud athletes are back. A former Wisconsin Badger now is a part of the fold. Plenty of stuff to get to over the course of the next 30 minutes or so. We'll also preview what you can expect from us while the Huskers are down in Stillwater. We'll do that next. You're listening to the Happy Hour. Huge thanks to Empire Fence and Netting for their support. As always, you can chime into the show. 402-464-5685. We'll come right back and talk a little Husker baseball, softball when we return.
Follow Nick and Enrique on Twitter at Nick_Sainert and at Radio Rico AC. More of Happy Hour is next on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Tanner's Bar and Grill is the perfect place to watch your favorite MLB teams this spring and summer, as well as Nebraska baseball. Enjoy Tanner's delicious hamburgers, chicken lips, and daily specials, and wash it down with one of their tons of options of beers. You'll never have an issue finding the game as there are TVs everywhere throughout the space. So get in early and grab your spot and settle in for an afternoon or evening of baseball at Tanner's Bar and Grill, 30th and Yankee Hill.
Oh, Ghost of George Washington here. Being the face of the dollar bill used to mean something, but today I just don't get any respect. But that's all changed with Lotto America from the Nebraska Lottery. People know that Lotto America only costs $1 to play, has a $2 million starting jackpot, and drawings 3 nights a week. I'm back, baby.
Calm down, George.
Hey, nobody asked you, Ghost of Andrew Jackson.
Lotto America top prize odds 1 in 26 million.
I'm Dave Austed.
And I'm Ryan Austed.
I think my first memory of golf is playing with my dad at a par 3 course. It was an absolute blast, and he always would have an ice cream hole. So if I got an 8 or less, we'd be going for ice cream.
My first memory of golf really focused on driving the golf cart, being able to drive that cart.
You were a crazy driver.
I was a crazy driver, but it was what I look forward to. And what's really funny now, when I take my kids out, play golf, that is the one thing, along with the snack bar, that they are most excited about.
Focus on the good stuff. Play better, have fun, and shop Austed's.
Are you looking to get into the electrical construction industry or wanting a new scene? The electrical workers of Local Union 265 are now hiring licensed journeymen and apprentices and are offering great pay and benefits. Call Mike at 402-875-1034 to apply. Start your electrical career today. 93.7 The Ticket is proud to provide listeners with daily opportunities to win contests and prizes on our airwaves, and would like to take this opportunity to remind you of a couple rules. All participants must be 21 or older and must wait 30 days after winning a prize before participating in another contest. Once you win, you have 30 days to pick up your prize at the K&TK Studios, 1040 O Street in Lincoln, or your prize will be forfeit. Thank you for participating in our contest, and thank you for listening to 93.7 The Ticket.
If you're looking for a pre-owned tractor to upgrade your operation this year, you'll find a wide selection at your local Landmark Implement. We'll work with you to find the right equipment for your needs at a price that's right for you, all backed by Landmark's extensive parts and service network. During the month of May, get financing as low as 3.9% for up to 72 months on model year 21 through 23 wheeled 8R tractors. Visit landmarkimp.com to see our complete inventory, or stop by your local Landmark location and experience the Landmark difference.
Hi, it's Sean Callahan here for Koppel Chevrolet GMC, and it's truck month at Koppel, and we want to sell them all. Choose between 0.9% APR or as much as $8,000 off list price. Yes, you heard right. That's 0.9% APR or as much as $8,000 off list on select new GMC and Chevrolet inventory. So please make that money-saving drive to Koppel in Louisville, or check us out online at koppelcars.com. You'll be glad you did. All deals with approved credit, must trade and finance.
Do you need motivation to get to the gym on the weekend or even in general? Tune into the Movement Hour each Saturday from 10 to 11 a.m. Movement Academy owner Robert Kuhlman will host the show as he introduces new ways to stay in shape. The Movement Hour every Saturday morning from 10 to 11 a.m. on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Join us each Saturday from 11 a.m. to noon for Youth Football 101 with Tank Perry of the Nebraska Red Wolves of 7-on-7 football. The future of the sport depends on the foundation set at a young age. Hear those stories and more each Saturday from 11 a.m. to noon here on 93.7 The Ticket.
School tells you all about the 4 seasons: spring, summer, and so on. And then there's a way we really tell what time of year it is. Sports seasons, football season, baseball season, or even off season. Well, what's the chocolate season? Well, it's now, of course. And now, and always. Whether you're looking for a caffeinated pick-me-up on the way to work, a little snack on the way home, or you need the perfect gift that's sure to be appreciated, it's time for the chocolate season, y'all. 40th and Old Cheney, or order ahead at thechocolatseason.com. See you there.
Rosie Sports Bar and Grill, open for lunch and dinner at 1501 Center Park Road. Are you looking to get into the electrical construction industry or wanting a new scene? The electrical workers of Local Union 265 are now hiring licensed journeymen and apprentices and are offering great pay and benefits. Call Mike at 402-875-1034 to apply. Start your electrical career today.
You're listening to The Happy Hour.
Hola.
With Nick Sainert.
¿Tú eres un bueno worker?
And Enrique Alvarez Clary.
Sí, yo muy bueno worker.
On 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
You speak English? Yes, I'm really good at English. Okay, good. Me too. Get in the car.
Welcome back into the Happy Hour, 93.7 The Ticket, theticketfm.com. Nick Sainert and Rico with you. 402-464-5685, Honda Lincoln Hotline, the Starter Heyman text line open for you guys. You can always reach out to us on Twitter as well, Nick_Sainert at Radio Rico AC. Before we talk Nebraska specific, a new 2024 MLB mock draft was released today on ESPN from Kylie McDaniel, and he puts the number 1 selection, Charlie Condon, a third baseman from the Georgia Bulldogs. Cleveland Guardians have the number 1 overall pick this year in the Major League Baseball draft. Cincinnati Reds are second. Rockies are third. It's not like a lottery style. Rockies are third. Athletics are fourth. White Sox are fifth, and Royals are sixth. And I say the Oakland Athletics in bold because the projected 4th overall pick is a guy that Nebraska will see on Friday. And Jack Caglianone, a first baseman from the University of Florida. This is the write-up. Most scouting directors have the same group of names going in the first 4, but the order may be shuffled. Let's see. Oakland has been on Nick Kurtz for months. Nick Kurtz is a first baseman from Wake Forest.
Okay.
But Kurtz and his shoulder injury issues could push him down the board if he doesn't go 4th overall. So there you go. Jack Caglianone is projected to go 4th overall. You mentioned one of the pitchers for Arkansas, Hagen Smith. Was one of the guys that Nebraska faced back in 2021. Kansas City Royals are projected to take a right fielder. But back to specifically Nebraska and Jack Caglianone. Don't forget. So if you just look up some of Jack Caglianone's statistics and his bio on the Florida Gators website, 2024 preseason 2-way player of the year, 2024 preseason first team All-American, and in 2023 had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 season-long accolades to his name last season.
Sheesh.
Among the likes of 2023's Italian-American Baseball Foundation Future Star Award.
That's a long title.
National Position Player of the Year, unanimous first team All-American, a Golden Spikes Award finalist, the 2-way Player of the Year finalist, first team All-SEC. There's a lot. And so once again, 2023, his sophomore season he hit 323 at the plate, had 282 at-bats last season, totaled 91 hits, 33 home runs, 2 triples, 14 doubles, and 90 RBI. He also scored 74 runs and stole 4 bases. So let's think about that just for a moment, because that's a lot of large numbers.
Yeah, it's a lot of numbers you just threw out there.
Little overwhelming.
Yeah.
He had 91 hits and 90 RBI.
So he had an RBI obviously not, but he had an RBI with every hit, practically.
So, yeah, from the number standpoint, on average.
Yeah, like he didn't, but
90 runs driven in, 91 hits on the season, 33 home runs last season as well. On the mound, he made
a third of his hits were home runs.
You're right. Every 1 in 3 at bats.
That's ridiculous.
1 in 3 at bats, he's hitting a home run on average.
Yeah.
He also made 18 weekend starts last year. Went 7-4 overall with a 4.34 earned run average. Had 87 strikeouts and 74 2/3 innings. So once again, Jack Caglianone this season, though, once again, the stats for this season, a 6'5" junior from Tampa, Florida. He is currently this season, his pitching statistics, he's thrown 62 innings. He has struck out 68. He's walked 44 guys, so a little bit of control issues. But he is 5-1 with a 4.35 earned run average.
A .217 opponent batting average.
That's correct. Florida, though, isn't great.
No.
On the bump. They can hit really well, though. And as
their pitching is less than desirable with a 6.27 team ERA.
And then as a lot of people have pointed out, be careful of Florida. Their record is misleading, right? Here's Jack Caglianone's hitting statistics. He's hitting .415 this year. Let's see, I got to make sure I have
29 home runs.
Yes, 29 home runs. He has 88 hits on the season. So once again, 1 in every 3.
Yeah.
Approximately. A little less than.
Something like that.
A little less than. 1 in 3. Has 41 walks compared to just, 21 strikeouts. He has been intentionally walked 20 times.
I mean, yeah.
Just four doubles on the year for Caglianone, 58 RBIs.
Most of them are going out of the park. He doesn't have to worry about he doesn't have to keep running. It's nice jog.
Let's see how many. Let's see. He has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 multi-home run games this season. Jack Caglianone.
Let's avoid that.
Nebraska just needs to avoid it.
Let's avoid
right?
that.
There's a lot more to Florida, right? But they also, I mean,
but
let's be honest.
The guy. Like that's
He's
the dude.
He's the dude.
Like he's their ace and their best hitter.
So
do you start him on the bump?
Well,
if you're Florida,
is
or
Florida
do you try to?
So
because they don't really have anyone as good as him on the hill, on the mound. So if you want to just use him as a bat, I mean, you could use him as both, but if you just want to use him as a batter and save his energy for offense, I mean, you're going to have to hope that everybody else steps it up because he is your best pitcher as well.
All right, so we can look at this. I don't think he's going to start. Pitching wise, though, I would not be surprised to see Brandon Neely potentially on the mound. He only has 6 starts on the season, though. Liam Peterson is another option. He started 12 games for the Florida Gators. But once again, in Jack Caglianone's season, rather, he has appeared in 13 games, started all of them. You mentioned, though, team ERA, some of the pitching statistics. Team ERA for Florida is at 6.27. The lowest ERA for the team comes from Fisher Jameson. Fisher, his first name, Jameson, his last name. Fisher Jameson.
I feel like you should switch those.
4.26 ERA. That is the lowest ERA for the Florida Gators with somebody that has over 5 appearances, because Riley Whitmer has 4 appearances on the season, just 2 1/3 innings pitched, hasn't allowed a run all season.
Yeah, that doesn't count.
So
he should be Jameson Fisher.
Fisher Jameson.
Yeah, I don't like that.
Fisher Jameson with a 4.26.
I'm sorry, I don't mean to.
Caglianone is 4.35. Robert Satine is 4.32.
Robert what?
Satine. Satin.
That's what you said the first time.
I'd
put him on the mound.
Satine. Did not even cross my train of thought.
I'd put him on the mound.
They also have a couple of guys.
He's a demon on the mound.
Grayson Smith has 14 appearances on the season with a 9.77 earned run average.
Okay.
They also have some guys that have multiple appearances with a 13.50 earned run average.
Yeah, it's a less than desirable bullpen that Florida has.
An 18 ERA. And then there's even a guy with 1 appearance. Hunter Jones.
Shout out to Hunter.
99.00 earned run average.
All right, so if you can get the Hunter Jones,
if Nebraska can go through all 15 pitchers that Florida has,
if you can get the Hunter Jones, you had yourself a good night.
or it's a bad night,
or you got yourself a terrible night.
It's Florida going, well, we're up 23-0, so we might as well
try and lower that ERA a bit. Good golly.
Dang. I think that might be the highest ERA. Obviously possible, but nonetheless. So that's the thing. So only 2 guys have averaged more than 1 inning per game, and that is Brandon Neely and Jack Caglianone.
How did Florida even get through their season with these pitchers?
So once again, we kind of went through the schedule, and today's a heavy baseball day because tomorrow we are out at Cedars.
Yes.
Give to Lincoln Day. We want you guys to come on out. Drive-by donations are welcome. Drive-by donations.
Don't throw your money out the window.
Chuck the money out the window.
Don't throw your money out the window.
You can do whatever you want with your money.
Don't throw your money out the window. Drive up and hand us the money.
And then drive off. And then drive-by donation.
But don't throw it out the window.
Nonetheless,
you do whatever you want. Live!
Somebody just chucks it onto Pioneers.
Here you go. At least put it in like a money clip or something, so it's not just money flying around.
We'll be rushing out to Pioneers trying to dodge
they
traffic.
Have like a bag.
It'll basically be Frogger. Yeah. In real life.
Somebody's got like a bag of like coin, like it's $100 and like quarters, and they're just like, here, Nick.
Hands.
Just that accuracy.
Exactly. So it hits another car. Just dents the car. Anyway, so the Florida schedule, we kind of went through it yesterday. 28-27 on the season, 13-17 in the conference. 19-13 at home, 9-12 away. And this weekend, neutral sites, Florida's 0-2 so far this season. So you look at a couple of them. They lost their first game against St. John's. The other two were canceled back in middle of February. They lost a game to Stetson back in February as well. They lost one against St. Mary's. They lost to UCF. They were able to take 2 of 3 from both number 4 Texas A&M and number 5 LSU and number 21 Mississippi State. Had a really good March, but ultimately at the end of the day, they were able to knock off, obviously take 2 of 3 from number 4, number 5, and number 21 in the span of 3 straight weeks. But then you follow that up with losing 2 of 3 to South Carolina, losing 2 of 3 to Vanderbilt, losing 2 of 3 to Arkansas, 2 of 3 to Tennessee. But also you realize that, holy crap, when you look at an SEC baseball schedule here, every single week you are playing a ranked opponent.
Tough.
You're playing a ranked opponent because this is why a perfect indication and realization of how good is the SEC, or maybe how nationally biased also.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of national writers talking about how the SEC got 4 teams who had under 500 conference records or were close to 500 in their overall record get in, and a team like Cal who had 30 plus wins missed out on the tournament.
Well,
a team like College of Charleston
with 41,
who Nebraska played Nebraska tough.
Nebraska swept them
and played Nebraska tough. I know.
That was a good win.
And College of Charleston should have made the tournament. That should have been another tournament team that Nebraska took care of business against.
So, because you look up and down, right? So in almost every single regional, you have almost an SEC team. It's Tennessee hosting. Tennessee 50 wins. That, by the way, is one that has Indiana in it. Indiana kind of stole an at-large bid because their play not only down the road in the regular season, but also in the Big Ten tournament.
That was another team that people were upset about.
Indiana sits there at 32-24 on the season. But yeah, to your point, College of Charleston, they had 41-14 record. 41-14. 3 of those losses, quote unquote, quality losses, if there is such a thing, to Nebraska, to a 2 seed. But yeah, no, you look up and down. LSU is a 40-21 ball club. They're a 2 seed. Florida is obviously a 3 seed at 28-27. But the reason why, gosh dang, you look at this and it's number 4 Texas A&M. Then the following weekend, number 5 LSU, and then number 21 Mississippi State. Then you have a couple of weeks off against some ranked teams. And then it's at number 13 Vanderbilt, at number 2 Arkansas, number 3 Tennessee, number 4 Kentucky, and you finish it off with a game against 9th-ranked Georgia on the road. Just a series against 9th-ranked Georgia. It feels like murderer's row.
Yeah, it's a murderer's row of teams if you're playing in the SEC baseball.
But also Florida, their last game back on May 18th, they beat Georgia, 9th-ranked Georgia, 19-11.
They are not going to win a 5-2 game.
Let's hope.
They are looking to outscore you and outlast you.
So they had one game in the SEC tournament, played Vanderbilt, lost 6-3 back on last Tuesday. And ultimately now they were out at that point because SEC tournaments built up a way to where it's single elimination until a certain point, then it's double potentially. So it's like a play-in game for the SEC tournament. That's where Florida, an NCAA tournament team, had to play in a conference tournament. So Nebraska, Florida, 2 p.m. Central Time. It is a good time now also to say Austin and I will be down there in Stillwater, and we will be broadcasting live from a spot 3 blocks away from O'Brate Stadium, which is the home of the Oklahoma State Cowboys, obviously.
Yeah.
The way it was described to me is that it is Boone Pickens Stadium, O'Brate Stadium, and on the other side of Boone Pickens is where we're at.
So you're going to walk through Boone Pickens?
Walk through it.
Right across the 50?
I'm going to pay homage to my man, Brandon Whedon, and then I will walk through Boone Pickens.
Big fan of Brandon Whedon.
Not.
We all love Brandon Whedon around these parts.
We will be there from basically 11:15 to 2 p.m. up until game time, up until first pitch. So if you're traveling down to Stillwater, make sure you come on by 3 blocks from the stadium, grab yourself a burger, get some beverages as well, as we'll be at the Garage Burgers and Beer. It's 520 West Elm Avenue down there in Stillwater, just 3 blocks from O'Brate Stadium. Myself, Austin Norman, thanks to Mullen Motors, thanks to Blur Events, Members Owned Credit Union, Landmark Implement, and the Nebraska Corn Board for making this possible. But it's going to be a good time down there. We'll be down there Friday afternoon and to get you ready for Nebraska and Oklahoma State on Friday afternoon from Stillwater.
You know what you should do? If Nebraska makes it out of the regional, you should bring back a paddle.
Bring back a paddle.
If Nebraska makes it out of the regional.
We're missing we don't have our paddle anymore.
I don't know where the paddle went.
We lost the paddle in the middle.
But then it could be a Nebraska regional winning paddle.
Okay. I can see what I can do. So once again, come on by the Garage on Friday. The Garage Burgers and Beer, 3 blocks away from O'Brate Stadium, right next to Boone Pickens Stadium, the Oklahoma State football field. Austin and I will be going live from 12 to 2 p.m. to get you ready for first pitch between Florida and Nebraska. That's on Friday. Today, it's time for us to get you ready for On the Block with Strick and Austin. We'll do that coming up next. You're listening to the Happy Hour on 93.7 The Ticket.
Download our app by searching 93.7 The Ticket in your app store to stay in touch and listen all day long wherever you are. More of the Happy Hour is next on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Gaina Trucking is hiring for heavy equipment operators and a heavy equipment mechanic. Working at Gaina Trucking is a great career with excellent team culture, with benefit package including competitive pay based on experience, health, vision, and dental insurance, and a 401k plan. If you're looking for a new job as a heavy equipment operator or mechanic, apply online at GainaTrucking.com or call 402-794-5000. Start your career today at Gaina Trucking.
If you're looking for a pre-owned tractor to upgrade your operation this year, you'll find a wide selection at your local Landmark Implement. We'll work with you to find the right equipment for your needs at a price that's right for you, all backed by Landmark's extensive parts and service network. During the month of May, get financing as low as 3.9% for up to 72 months on model year 21 through 23 wheeled 8R tractors. Visit landmarkimp.com to see our complete inventory or stop by your local Landmark location and experience the Landmark difference.
Do you need motivation to get to the gym on the weekend or even in general? Tune into the Movement Hour each Saturday from 10 to 11 a.m. Movement Academy owner Robert Kuhlman will host the show as he introduces new ways to stay in shape. The Movement Hour every Saturday morning from 10 to 11 a.m. on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Spring often marks the beginning of severe weather, which can lead to power outages. LES wants you to be prepared before the storm. Restock your emergency kit. Update your info with LES, and if you encounter an outage, report it at les.com/report.
Take your internet service to new levels with Allo, your award-winning internet provider across our fiber hoods. Allo isn't just about the fastest internet available. It's about connecting you to your world, work, and play seamlessly. Our award-winning service ensures affordable, secure, and reliable connectivity, setting us apart. Ready to transform your internet experience? Experience the fiber difference today. Sign up now at allofiber.com. Allo, connecting your world.
Does it seem like your clothes dryer doesn't dry like it used to? It may not be your dryer. It may be your dryer vent. When the vent becomes obstructed, it drastically reduces the efficiency of your dryer. Even worse, it can be a fire hazard. Here's the simple solution. Call Bryant. Bryant will thoroughly clean the vent and show you the before and after results. Call 467-1111. Keep your dryer operating efficiently and your home safe. Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing. We do whatever it takes.
Hi, it's Sean Callahan here for Koppel Chevrolet GMC, and it's truck month at Koppel, and we want to sell them all. Choose between 0.9% APR or as much as $8,000 off list price. Yes, you heard right. That's 0.9% APR or as much as $8,000 off list on select new GMC and Chevrolet inventory. So please make that money-saving drive to Koppel in Louisville or check us out online at koppelcars.com. You'll be glad you did. All deals with approved credit must trade and finance.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Brought to you by Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
Your Lincoln forecast for today. Expecting mainly sunny skies with light winds. An afternoon high around 80. Tonight, partly cloudy skies, a low around 61. And tomorrow, we'll see a chance of showers and storms throughout the day. See an afternoon high around 78. I'm meteorologist Kyle Tucker for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Hey there, fellas. It's your girl Jordan with Sartor Heyman Jewelry. Let's talk about versatility today. Unlike flowers that wither and die or chocolates that disappear in a heartbeat, jewelry is the solid move here, guys. Yes, she will cherish it, but more important than anything, she will brag about it and brag about you. And that's what it's all about. Until next time, this is Jordan at Sartor Heyman Jewelry. Happy shopping, guys.
Join us each Saturday from 11 a.m. to noon for Youth Football 101 with Tank Perry of the Nebraska Red Wolves of 7-on-7 football. The future of the sport depends on the foundation set at a young age. Hear those stories and more each Saturday from 11 a.m. to noon here on 93.7 The Ticket. Ever wish you had another light switch on the other side of the room on a dark night? How much better would you sleep at night if you had a ceiling fan in your room? The High Electric Service Department is here to make your electrical what-ifs a reality. Whether you're looking to replace some outdated light fixtures or brighten up your counters with under-cabinet lighting, High Electric can handle all types of residential electrical installations and services. Give Erica a call at 402-466-6606 or visit high-electric.com to get started.
On the Block with Strick and Austin.
Hey, he looked as advertised. He looked really good in the spring game. And because of that, we're going back to a bowl game this year, is what Husker fans are telling them. So I think the fans have a more realistic perspective, and I think this coaching staff has done a really good job of handling Dylan Raiola and the expectations around him.
Weekdays from 2 to 4 on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Constructors is now hiring for all positions, with laborers starting at $23 and up based on experience. Constructors has immediate job openings for laborers, mechanics, bridge builders, operators, and drivers. Start your new career today. Constructors offers great pay, health, dental, and vision insurance, paid time off, paid holidays, and so much more. Join the crew today and be a part of Nebraska's oldest paving company dating back to 1908. For a complete list of openings and to apply online, visit constructorslincoln.com.
93.7 The Ticket is proud to provide listeners with daily opportunities to win contests and prizes on our airwaves, and would like to take this opportunity to remind you of a couple rules. All participants must be 21 or older and must wait 30 days after winning a prize before participating in another contest. Once you win, you have 30 days to pick up your prize at the K&TK Studios, 1040 O Street in Lincoln, or your prize will be forfeit. Thank you for participating in our contest, and thank you for listening to 93.7 The Ticket.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com.
On the internet.
KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket. You're listening to the Happy Hour with Nick Sainert and Enrique Alvarez Clary.
When I gave you the cookie, I heard very clearly, I don't think about you, Schmidt.
Why would I think about you?
Because we're friends. We're not animals.
We're men. The only time a man is allowed to think about another man is when that man is Jay Cutler.
On 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Welcome back into the Happy Hour 93.7 The Ticket, theticketfm.com. Nick, Rico, Austin, and Stricky. Stricky and Austin, hello.
How we doing, fellas?
What they do?
Stricky, good to see you.
You as always. Cedars tomorrow.
We're there starting at 6 a.m.
You
better be locked there at 6, Stricky.
No.
I will also not be there at 6.
Really?
No.
We'll
we'll
be there
leave
at 4?
that to Jakey Snakey and the crew. And Sippy and Sippy Cup.
There you go. And who else?
That needs to be a new shirt. Sippy
Bring
Cup.
Yep. I'm down.
Who's the other leg of the three-legged stool?
Oh, my guy.
Your boy.
Your boy.
My boy.
Your boy.
Today's Stricky.
Coach.
Coach.
Go to.
You guys are stupid. We're not even going to go there.
Well, this is the rundown of how Strick walks into the studio. Your boy. Your boy.
Hey, your boy is in trouble.
Yeah. Your boy.
Man,
and I'm like,
Coach BB. Okay, Coach BB.
Coach BB. I look at him and I go,
nickname Bill Bush.
there it is.
I mean, golly. You guys know I know. I just call him Coach.
No, you don't.
The coach.
Nonetheless, Stricky walks in and we're like, who? Yeah, your boy. He can't think of the name. He can never say the name.
Yeah, but he does the point.
Yeah.
Your boy.
Yeah, your boy.
Your boy. And you just go, who are you talking about? Or he knows who he's talking about, but he knows that you don't know. He just goes, hey, your boy had a problem last night. It's like, who?
Or he knows that you hate that boy.
And it's never the person. It's never that person.
You guys have got it right a couple times. You guys have got it right a few
Only
times.
when you talk about LeBron James, because that's your boy.
Blind squirrel.
No, I don't call him your boy. I call him lay bum.
Hey, that's not his boy. That's his man's.
That's true.
your man.
That's
lay
your
boy.
man.
That's your lay boy.
That's your boy.
Your boy.
That's your man.
You know you love him.
I don't. Does he opt back in with the Lakers by June 29th?
Negative.
Okay.
Ghost Rider, that pattern's full.
Why is that?
I don't think he does.
Rich Paul's already been talking about him as a free agent.
Okay, so let's have this conversation
Like
then
he
with
hasn't
Bronny.
been a free agent before.
Bronny setting up workouts
with two teams,
the Lakers and the Suns. What does that mean? Is that give LeBum a shoe in to Phoenix?
How do they make that happen?
They trade away KD.
Booker?
Beal's the one you trade away.
Yeah,
no one wants him now.
Why would you?
Trade away Beal.
Okay. You're basically throwing a Hail Mary if you do that. You're already in trouble. Like, if you do that, you're in super trouble. One, you have a nice squad that didn't get you there already. You add him into the mix, it's worse.
How does it work? How would a team with LeBron and KD even work?
That's what I'm saying. You can't. There's just you know what? It can. Because KD is kind of a beta.
Okay, and then you add.
He doesn't admit it, but he very clearly.
Okay, and then you add the guy whose team it is, which it shouldn't be taken away from Devin Booker.
I think Book wants out.
That's what I was saying.
So I think Book will be down the move.
Book and Beal both gone.
No one's going to touch Beal. So you're screwed.
So you're stuck with Beal.
You're screwed.
So you would go Beal, Bron, KD, Bron.
It doesn't work.
And none of that makes sense.
None. Doesn't work.
Does Booker want his own franchise, or does he just want out of Phoenix because they've taken it away from him? Do you think he wants to stay in Phoenix but feels disrespected, maybe?
I'd feel disrespected.
I think you're right.
Why would anybody want to leave Phoenix?
But let's be real. Phoenix right now has a bunch of betas. A lot of BBs.
What's the second B?
BOBs. Bobs. Bunch of betas.
Bunch of betas.
Bunch
Bradley
of
Beals.
Bunch of betas. BOBs.
Bobs.
Unless you spell bunch of
betas.
We're not doing that. We're just one.
No, I'm just playing. I said Bobs.
Phoenix turned into BYOB. Bring your own beta.
Yeah, bring your own beta.
That's Phoenix for you.
So then where's
let me just go down the line. Aiden, beta. Booker, beta. I'm talking about all that they've had on their team.
I disagree about
you don't think
Devin
Booker's a beta? I think Booker's a beta.
I think he's an alpha. He carried that team with Paul and Ayton.
I agree.
When they built a team around Devin Booker, he showed up.
That's when
they ran into a better Bucks team.
That's when they had the most success.
I can accept
was when
that.
Booker
I don't
was the
think
guy.
Beal's a beta. I think he needs to be. I think he has an alpha mentality, but his play style and everything that you would need from him, he would need to take a back seat. Because when he was in Washington, they handed him the keys. It was all his. And it didn't work out.
Booker
but he
and
has
Wall
that
should have
mentality.
Yeah.
But he has that mentality of I can lead, I can do this. It was somebody else's problem.
It's easy to be alpha on a team that's horrible.
That's what I'm saying. He has that alpha mentality, but he needs to take a back seat.
Easy to be. I mean, but you can survive with multiple alphas on a team. That's not
Dallas.
Dallas is showing
Dallas.
you that.
Also, I think can we consider? I would consider Boston with two of them.
Agree.
I view
they don't relinquish to each other.
They don't know.
It's Jason's team.
It's Jason's team,
but there's two alphas.
They both can take over.
Alphas, yeah.
They both can take over.
I don't think by any means Jaylen Brown's a beta.
And they're also willing to allow the other to take over. I think that's
why I want this matchup.
I think it's
that's why I want it. That's why I want Mavs. I think that would be an awesome matchup with that crew.
Mm-hmm. Who gets it done out of that?
To be honest, I think Boston has more.
Yep.
When you go, on paper. I think when you talk about defense, I think it starts with your boy.
See?
You got this. You got this. No,
you can
got
do
this.
it. You can do it.
Which team are we talking about?
Which team?
Boston. Who am I talking about?
Derek
It
White.
starts with your boy.
Drew
Oh,
Holiday.
Drew Holiday. There you go. See, you guys know.
Al Horford.
Negative, Coach.
Derek White.
They'll
it starts with him.
Drew.
I think defensively, he sets tone.
They will also get Kristaps back for the
I
finals.
think good on the back end. He sets tone, good on the back end. And
I'm not saying Kristaps moves your needle, but
a tough matchup for Gaffords.
Yeah.
Okay matchup for Lively. But
If he knows where he's at.
Well, actually, they said it wasn't concussion. They said it was a neck injury. So
Your
I
boy.
think he got hit in his neck.
That's worse.
Well, it was like the knee to the neck. It hurts, just pain.
Twinge.
Yeah, just pain, not anything. So yeah, I think across the board, even White's a tremendous defender. Horford gives you something. I think people are surprised by Horford. He gives you something. I don't think they have the depth that the Mavs do. So I think it depends on how
when you have to go
the
to your
series is
bench.
played. Yeah.
How long can they last for you while your starters get
Yeah.
some rest?
If it's an 8-player series, is that a Boston advantage or a Dallas advantage? Does Dallas need to get to 9 or 10?
I think Dallas.
Okay.
I think that is a Dallas. Eight gives me Dallas.
You think it's really?
I think
7
8 players give me Dallas. Seven, I think you go back to Boston. Because
Dallas needs Boston to dig into their bench.
No, we're talking if Kristaps is there, though,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So you've got those 5: Holiday, Kristaps, White,
Tatum, Brown,
and
Tatum.
Okay. Then you add Horford and
Pritchard.
then
Peyton Pritchard, man.
I like him, but he's
shaky.
I don't.
Luke
shaky.
Luke Cornett, O'Shea Brissett.
You got to go Pritchard, but
Love
even
O'Shea
still,
Brissett.
he's solid.
Shout out to the Syracuse man.
He's not there. So then go to the other side. That's where you get 8 because you got Gaffords, Lively. That's the dunk. That's Sir Dunkaroos.
Gafford, former Indiana guy.
Looked good too, man, in the last game.
You can go Hardaway.
In Indiana.
Who?
For Gafford?
No, he's an Arkansas guy.
Hardaway's not even really playing.
Oh, I'm thinking Daniel Gafford.
Josh Green.
Hey,
Green,
Nick Lively.
good defense.
Lively, former North Carolina guy.
Green is you guys are stupid. Green is Dallas's Drew Holiday.
Which
He
is
really
not what
can
he was
defend.
brought in to do, but he's picked it up.
He really can do that. And then, but you start with the 2, Kyrie and Luka.
PJ.
Jones.
Mm-hmm.
And then who else is there?
How much do you buy into Maxi Kleber?
Negative, Ghost Rider.
Dwight Powell.
I think Maxi's even better than Dwight, to be honest.
Yep. Markieff Morris.
Negative.
Pound up cobwebs. Dante Exum.
Solid.
Not bad.
Dante Exum.
Dante Exum.
Redeemed.
Former lottery
big
pick
time.
out of Australia to the Utah Jazz. Didn't do a damn thing.
Redeemed.
Not a thing.
Yeah, he's redeemed. He had to go back over there and show it again.
He went back to Australia, had to put in some work, and then came back.
The guy I'm here for is Olivier Maxence Prosper. Give him a few years. Yeah.
You with it?
He's new PJ.
Yeah.
Who, if you had to choose a duo to start a franchise with, Luka and Kyrie, Brown and Tatum.
Luke and Kyrie.
Ooh,
Immediately.
I'm out. Nope.
You're out. Why?
I would say I would heavily say Brown and
You don't
and
like
Tatum.
Luka because he's ball dominant.
I don't. No, it's not that. I find it fascinating that in this day and age of NBA basketball, they have consistently for now 8 years almost since 2017 found a way to, as we just mentioned, have 2 alphas on the team. And when things frankly haven't gone well in terms of championships for them, just one finals appearance, they are relatively drama free.
Yeah.
That's
You're
my
good.
thing.
I'm with you. And
Kyrie,
because
Kyrie's
you like
just now
the tenure.
I honestly, I don't mind. I have no issues with Luka. It's the Kyrie just started growing up. That's how I look at it.
Okay.
Is that Kyrie really just started to in this whole, you know what? I understand that in this stage of my career, I'm not that dude. Like I can be, but I need Luka.
I'm not gonna overwhelm you. I mean, I like both your comments, so I'm not gonna say either way or the other. But I will say this though, I think Boston may have trouble with Dallas's length. What was their records against each other? Was it a split? And here's why I say that. Somebody's gonna get in foul trouble. Who is gonna guard Luka? They probably would put White on him.
Yeah.
I think just because of his length,
a little taller, a little
and
thicker,
his ability to move. Okay, because they'll want to keep Jalen from getting in trouble because Jalen's, he's a good, capable, but lazy defender.
Yeah, he's a solid defender when he wants to be.
Great point.
Celtics won 119, 110, and 138, 110.
They won both.
Yep.
Okay. So
when Jaylen Brown locks in,
and that was with Kristaps. Go ahead.
Assume so.
When Jaylen Brown is locked in and isn't focused on the offensive side, and if his offensive game isn't going and he locks in on defense, he's more than capable of guarding either Luka or Kyrie. But the problem is when he's trying to do both and be an offensive threat along with being a defender, he's lackadaisical on the defensive end because he thinks he can make up for it by making shots.
Right. So my thing is with the physicality. If they do this, I don't put PJ Washington on him because he can be, but he's a bend back.
Mm-hmm.
Not, he'll let him go and then, just
like I'll get him. I'll get him when he's going in. I'll try and block the shot out of foul trouble.
I think the length and the physicality of Jones or who's the other one?
Talking Green again?
No. Jones. There's one other long player for. Well, no, it is PJ. It's PJ.
It would be PJ. It would be the other wing.
So I would put PJ on Brown and let Jones play Tatum because my things is Tatum could possibly struggle. Tatum has shown to struggle with physicality.
Well, and athleticism. He's not that athletic.
Right.
Yeah.
And they're letting them be, you know what I'm saying? But my thing is, who's going to cover Kyrie?
Drew is your best bet.
That's the best bet.
Mm-hmm.
But you would want Drew on Luka because you want Luka wearing himself out, which they won't because Drew is pass it to the other person.
Drew is physical, and Luka wants to play physical. Kyrie's going to try and stay away from you, avoid the contact, and get the layups to fall, get the shots to fall. Luka's going to want to body you up, and that's what you want Drew to do. And in all reality, if you're Boston, you tell Drew, look, offensively, we don't need you. We got this. You're a defensive Luka stopper. This is your job. You need to lock in on this.
Go be Nick, Drew.
Exactly.
Nick, lock it in. What's the matchups for this? Because me and my boy gonna get into this.
Okay, you guys are gonna talk about it.
No, we're not gonna talk. We're gonna talk about something closely related to it, but not it. But go ahead.
Okay, so what else is coming up on the show today?
Evan Bland, recap Big Ten tournament and preview the Stillwater Regional. Then Trev Alberts. Yes, that Trev Alberts had some interesting comments from SEC spring meetings about revenue and expenses in college athletics.
He said the same thing.
By the way, Nebraska extended John Cook earlier this today.
Extension, $75,000 more dollars. Highest paid volleyball coach in the country. Second highest paid women's sports coach at Nebraska. First highest, Amy Williams.
There it is. So there you go. So Troy Dannon inks John Cook a little bit longer to through 2028. We'll probably see if Troy Dannon makes his way down to Stillwater this weekend.
He gonna be down there.
Better. So we'll see what happens. That'll be it for us here on the Happy Hour on the Block with Strick and Austin is coming up next. Join us tomorrow at Cedars over there on just off of 70th and Pioneers. Hope to see you there. Give it a Lincoln Day. We'll see you tomorrow.
Adios.
Problem gambling can destroy an individual's finances, relationships, physical, and mental health. If you or a loved one are struggling with addiction, contact Choices Treatment Center's 24-hour helpline at 402-476-2300. That's 402-476-2300.
Join Main Street Beatrice for their annual Taste of Spring Beer, Spirits, and Wine Festival on Saturday, June 1st from 4 to 7 p.m. Enjoy an afternoon of unlimited tastings of Nebraska beer, spirits, and wine tasting at Charles Park near downtown. There's something for all palates, and you only pay your entry fee. Food and snacks are available for purchase at the event, as well as off-sale beer, wine, and spirits from vendors. This fun day is for adults 21 and over only. Buy your tickets at mainstreetbeatrice.org.
Does it seem like your clothes dryer doesn't dry like it used to? It may not be your dryer. It may be your dryer vent. When the vent becomes obstructed, it drastically reduces the efficiency of your dryer. Even worse, it can be a fire hazard. Here's the simple solution. Call Bryant. Bryant will thoroughly clean the vent and show you the before and after results. Call 467-1111. Keep your dryer operating efficiently and your home safe. Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing. We do whatever it takes.
For over 15 years, Integrated Life Choices has empowered individuals with disabilities in Lincoln and throughout Nebraska. They provide comprehensive services from group homes and independent living services to job training, ensuring fulfilling lives for those that they serve.